Alright, you guys. You see this? Pretty neat, huh? Okay, I'm not going to tell you too much about this yet, because we're going to do a special about it. This baby right here is that upgrade that I mentioned earlier. And we don't even know how amazing this really is. It is, I don't know, I'm going to have to say, it goes up to ludicrous speed, if you know what I mean. So, what we really got to do is day 19, hitting the wall. This is where it gets hard. This is where we got to dig down deep, get with the program. So, let's take a look over here. See this pile? You know what that means, right? We're getting into body work. So, let's go over here to the workbench and see what's so hard. Oh, wait. I made a couple little aluminum blocks there to help me do this thing. So this is an old Detail Associates one. And the other ones I'm working with, these high-techs. Tell you what, these high-techs are mighty fine. They're nice. And their details are fantastic. And we got to do those. We got to do a lot of these. And it's day 19. We don't actually have all 30 days because we got it. On day 30, we're going to be there. Okay, let's go check out what's happening over here on the workbench. All right. We've got all of our mechanisms good to go. Everything, all 5 locomotives are running excellent. So now we're down to body work. I've been messing around with fans. So I scratch built those fans, right? And I've been kind of placing them here and trying to figure out where they're going to go. I think I got that locked up. Now I know they're high. They're big. They're supposed to be. These are they're called Dayton Phoenix. Alright, so they got to be impressive. If you look up Dayton Phoenix, you'll see a picture of one of their fans. And that's like a 56-inch fan. Well, these are my fans. These are my special Dayton Phoenix 63-inch fans. It will make sense to you later when we get this thing together. It may look a little bit cartoonish now, but not as cartoonish as it's going to look when we're done with it, right? That's what we're all about here. But here's the thing. So these are the two Bachmans. Let's see. This is the Spectrum. Spectrum's got really nice fans on it. Okay, this was the Plus. The Plus did not have good fans on it. So I went ahead and I spent a lot of time. And this is like very smooth now. I've been polishing it. It's starting to look glassy, so I'm getting a good polish on this. This is nice and smooth now. When I paint this, we should not be able to tell that I used a combination of baking soda, super glue, and Bondo. So hopefully we will not see any of the fills. Alright, so what's the holdup? What's going on here? Well, one, we're hitting the wall because it's getting tough. We've been at this 19 days, except for the day we went to the train show. And now we got to do all this body work. We're totally shifting gears. We're not working on the mechanisms anymore. This is getting hard work. Now we're down to the part where we detail. This is the part where people are going to see and they're going to start scoring me on it, right? They're going to go through and they're going to look for every mistake that they can find. And there's going to be plenty of them. And I got to have, not only do I have to have good details, but I got to have a lot of them. Now my fans, they may not be the best, but they're fully scratch built. And they got like 4 materials, 4 things. So that should be worth more than any stick-on purchased fan. That's what I'm counting on. It may not look, it's going to look cool, but it may look a little crude. But it took more work and it's not something that just everybody can do right off the bat. That takes some time and effort and some skill and some experience. All right, so where are we at? What's the real problem? Here's the real problem. Now, if you guys remember way back when we made Mr. Ajax here. Remember Mr. Ajax? Yes, his name is Ajax, but he is of the Orange Atlas brand. So he's our DD40. He's got linear dynamic brakes with side discharge. That's pretty sweet. Okay, anyways, he's got the GE high nose. All right? That's what gives him his distinctive appearance. He's got the GE high nose. So, these two locomotives here, they go together. All right? The two SD45s, they go together. Yeah, one's going to be orange, one's going to be red. They tell a different story, but their story is they're together. It doesn't work if there's just one of them. If there's just one of them, it's going to look ridiculous. Here's our problem. Let's take, here's our high tech. Okay, these are nice. Took some polishing to get that together. And then you got to drill your own holes for the grab irons. That's always fun. I don't know how many drill indexes I have there missing a whole bunch of the little drill bits from doing stuff like that. Alright, anyways. So we're going to put on a cab. Not this cab, but another cab of approximately this size. Now, here's our problem. You already see what it is, right? Guess what? Even if I shove them in all the way, we're going to have that gap. So, a solution would be for me to mill this off. I don't want to do that because one of the frame screws is right here. That means me figuring out another way. Basically, the way I would do it is I'd mill that off to however I needed it, and then I would end up building a little bracket on top and screw it together. But I don't want to do that. So instead, we're gonna do something more risky. This is going to be much harder to do. We are going to take. Now, I don't remember why I did this, but I put a little end piece on here. I'm thinking that I have to do that again. For some reason, I figured out that I needed to do that, so I'll probably have to do it on this one. But here's what I got to do. I am going to build this missing. I'll get this back in here as far as I can. It's not all filed, so it won't fit in there straight yet. This gap, I'm going to have to build an extension to this cab that you can't tell is there. And I'm going to do it with styrene, baking soda, super glue. That's what we got to do. When we do that, motivation will go way up. If we fail at that, there is a plan B. There are 2 extra SD45s for a plan B mission. That has to be, there's also one that I did a long time ago that I could enter in this play. I don't want to do that. I want to see this project through and want to finish it. So now it's time. We got to dig down deep and we got to get on it. And then this guy, I've already tested his cab, which is that one, the Detail Associates, that cab. I tested it on a different model. It's good to go. It's gonna make this story right here complete. And that's the important part. If you don't have a story to tell, hey, a locomotive can be anything, but it should have some story. You want to capture someone's imagination, you need a story behind it. That's what we're gonna do. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and put this into the new upgrade. We're gonna talk about the upgraded thing that I showed you earlier. Talk about that shortly. We're getting close. I think by tomorrow we will be ready to paint. Then we'll talk about that upgrade I showed you, and it is going to be sweet.